I started using Packback kind of in the spring of this past year, 2022, with my AP Lit students. At first, I wasn't quite sure whether or not I wanted to implement any type of ed tech with my AP Lit students. The previous year had been mostly online. I had a few in-person students, but it was mostly online. And one of the things that I struggled with those students was getting them to really engage into like the kind of discussions I was used to having in AP Lit. So whenever they came back for the pandemic, I felt like, and I had them in person, I really wanted to have those, same experiences again. But I found that, after a year of not engaging as much, they were having a hard time doing it in a way that I had not seen before. They were just really, I don't know, that engagement switch had kind of been turned off in terms of like having those like really robust in-class discussions. And so when I came across Packback, I was intrigued. I mean, the idea of having AI-enabled discussion software sounded really interesting to me. And it turned out to be exactly what they needed. As a teacher, we would love to be able to sit down and coach our students, every time they sit down to write something or every time they sit to write a question. But, there's no capacity for that. There's no way to do that. So the fact that Packback had that as part of like built right into the thought process behind the software made it so that I could give my students something that I personally could not give them. It's like actually having, 25 teaching assistants who can actually sit with students one-on-one. And as they are trying to, reach a certain depth and complexity of their questioning, I would love to, if there be, multiples of me and be able to do that. But Packback did that. And so I was just really, really impressed, even though I was initially skeptical at putting them on some sort of ed tech after, a year of not being face to face.